Morning, Green Thumb. Back at the garden again today. Got a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna film a whole bunch of content and then I'll just release the videos bit by bit, kind of documenting what's going on here. So at the moment, what we're doing is we are replanting cucumbers. The cucumber beetles just decimated what I put in the ground, so I have restarted 2 whole flats of cucumbers. We've got 3 different kinds. We've got Market Moors, Boston Pickling Cukes, and National Pickling Cukes. So we're gonna throw some of those in the ground and I'll show you the bane of my existence here. I've already found a couple, they're already on my plants. You see that in there? Where is he? That is a cucumber beetle. Yellow and black striped. And what they'll do is they get in here and they'll just eat these. They'll eat all your flowers. So you gotta squish them with your hands. Get out of there. Okay. Well, I lost that one. Great. So they tend to feed in the mornings and they hide in your soil. They hide down there in your soil. So what they do is they'll just come in and they will literally just wreak havoc on your plants. And they're really bad here in this garden where I'm at, to the point where a lot of other growers have completely stopped growing cucumbers. Look. Where'd he go? There he is. There. Oh. See, he flew away. Look, there's even another one there. Yeah. They get right up in there and they destroy your flowers. Sorry, I'm just looking in the flower there. So yeah, a lot of gardeners won't even grow cukes here anymore. So I've decided I'm going to still fight the good fight, and I'm going to put more cukes in the ground, and I hope that just through sheer amount of plants that I'll be able to get these cucumbers growing. Oh, pull that weed. I spent 5 hours weeding here yesterday. Look at this bastard. Look at that. So we got that to do today. We're gonna trellis some beans. We're gonna lay down some straw. We're gonna harvest that beautiful, gorgeous patch of radishes right over there, and see what other kind of troubles we can get into. So let's get cracking. Right, so here's the plan. We're gonna put our cukes about roughly every 12 inches. Gonna start at the corner here, just digging a hole. And because it's so dry out here, I'm gonna dig each hole. The best way to plant when you got a bunch of stuff to plant is prep everything first. So dig your holes, water your holes, put your fertilizers in your holes, or put your fertilizer in, then water your holes, then put all your plants in at one time, and then backfill all at one time. If you do one after the other, a hole, prep a hole, plant it, takes a lot longer because you have to pick up a tool, drop a tool, pick up a tool, drop a tool, right? So this way, dig your holes. So as an example, look at this, okay? We watered this yesterday extensively, and this soil is barely damp. We've had 1 rain in 3 weeks, and it's just killing us down here. And I know that you guys, a lot of my other viewers, are all in the same boat. And then some of you other poor bastards have had nothing but rain for weeks at a time, and you're dealing with massive flooding. And for you guys, I'm sorry to hear about that. I know that can be even worse because you can't get rid of the water. But if you're in a drought situation, you can always run soaker hoses and that sort of stuff and stay on top of your watering, right? You can just mechanically water your beds. Even if you have to do it with watering cans, you have an ability to do so. But if it's nothing but rain non-stop, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you can't deal with that water Like my buddy gardener Josh, shout out to Josh. What's up, buddy? Good luck with your shed wars. When I was talking to him about a month ago, he had rain for days, lots of it, inches and inches. And he was showing me video, live footage of his gardens, and his tomato patch looked like a swamp. You know, he was out there digging swales to try and drain that water away. You know, so you have options, but sometimes those options are not the kind of options you want to have to deal with. And my problem here, where I'm at, is because of my long work hours. For those of you who don't know, I drive a dump truck all day long, so I don't have much free time to get to my gardens and water them during the week. So a lot of what I have to do with my gardens has to take place on the weekends. And I have a life, obviously, right? I've got a couple of kids, and I have all kinds of adulting I have to do on weekends. So sometimes I'm not able to get here, and that's one of the reasons why I weeded with my kids for 5 hours yesterday. That's how long we were here for. 5 hours pulling weeds. So that's kind of what's going on. So like I said, here we're just going to work our way down the line. I'm going to finish digging all these holes, and then I'll show you the next step in my process. Okay, so we got all the holes dug, and then I took some of this and I put a sprinkle in each one of the holes. Each one of the holes got about yay much, because it's 10th of July, I think, today. And normally by now I'm getting ready to start harvesting cucumbers, and I'm just putting little tiny ones in the ground. So we got to get these cucumbers growing. Next, I'm going to water that hole, and then we're going to slam in some cucumbers. All right, so just did a quick time lapse here of what was happening. So then you guys can see here, holy glare on my camera. So I've got all the little ones in the ground. So what I did is I dropped the fertilizer in, and then I watered each hole, and then I've dropped all the cucumbers in. Some of the holes are a little deep. I'll just adjust for that. I'm not too worried. But so we're gonna get all these cukes in the ground, and then we'll get them watered in. And I have a little spare space right here. I've got 3 extra holes, so I may just plant some climbing beans in here, or maybe these cucamelons will finally take off and it'll cover all this. So time will tell. Got lots of summer left. So I'll get all these filled in. I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. Okay, so we got all the cukes in. We got one little tiny Boston pickling cuke right there, and then we have national pickling cukes here. These are really good for making pickles. And then these are market moors, and then we've replanted a bunch more market moors. And some of these, as you can see, have 2 or 3 growing, and I'm not even worried about that, because I figure the cucumber beetles are going to keep damaging my plants. So the more plants I have growing, the better chances I have of gaining lots of vegetables out of here. But you know, they're coming back. See, got lots of flowers. Okay, got lots of flowers, so they're coming along. And another tip for you guys: when you guys are watering, everything requires water for life, right? So when you're watering, don't water the entire garden. Just water where your plants are, because if the weeds don't have water, it's a lot harder for them to grow, right? So don't aid them in what they need to sustain life. So as you can see, I didn't water anything else, right? I didn't water any of the other dirt. I just watered the plants, and there's a little bit of water in between, but that's because as I'm watering, I'm kind of tipping the watering can up and down and up and down to water these. So just keep in mind, if you're using something like a sprinkler system, you're watering all those weeds that you're trying to not let grow. So be selective on how you water your plants. All right, so that's it for this section. Have a good one, guys. Green thumb out. Peace.